Welcome to another episode of the Lone Recruiter Podcast. I'm your host, Brett Clemenson, and in today's episode, what do you do when a candidate has gone through the interview process, loves the company, thinks it sounds great, it's all kind of love, and then, whilst we're waiting for the offer, they speak to friends and just only hear bad and negative things about that business. What on earth do you do, okay? So in this episode, we're going to tackle that. Had a candidate, lost their job, so, let go, made redundant, didn't have work prospects, and came to me and said, look, I need your help. Well, great, I can give you a hand. So I got this person, I did the right thing. I said, look, here's all our clients in your space. Let's just talk to them all and see what work is out there. This individual had some very particular requirements, had to work from home full time, a couple other bits and bobs. So it was a challenge to find a company willing to do that. We found a company who is remote work first. So everyone works from home. Big company, 150 people, and they are set up for homework. So I thought, this is perfect for you. You've got a company that's not just going to facilitate it and okay it, but hey, here's a company that's actually set up for the way you want to work. So she's gone, great, this sounds fantastic. The sort of work they do is great. I did meet them a couple of years ago. I turned it down because it was not the right sort of work that I wanted to do at the time. But if it's this sort of work now, then cool, right, let's go. So set up the meeting. They had a chat. It went really well. She was like, look, I'll take that job at this price. Came out going, I'm in love. That's great. Client, get off the phone with the client. She's great. We offered her once before. We'll offer again. It's coming. We're just out in the field at the moment. It's going to take a couple of days to come back. Okay, fine. So it's all there, right? It went well. Perfect recruitment. Done the full list of clients. She had a number of other interviews, but this was the one she wanted. And in that time, right, between the interview happening and everyone's sort of pre-closed, to getting the offer, she starts talking to some friends in the industry. Oh, I've interviewed with such and such. What are your thoughts? Got some negative feedback. Spoke to another friend. Oh, I've interviewed with this company. I think I'm going to join them. What are your thoughts? Gets negative feedback. Does this 5 times. 5 times. Calls me and goes, I don't know what to say, Brett, but I don't think I can take this job. I said, what are you talking about? It's perfect. It's work from home. It's paying the right salary. The work's great. What are you talking about? Well, I spoke to 5 people, and they all said I wouldn't go there for these reasons. There's all this negative stuff that they've heard. And I just went, wow. So, I was a little bit stunned, and I thought, what on earth do I do here? I mean, 5 people that you respect have said that maybe they've heard some things that aren't so great. So, being a good recruiter isn't about forcing someone to take a job. It's about understanding the information, right? So I said to her, what were the negative things that they were saying? And she gave me a couple of vague answers. And I said, we're going to do 2 things. One, I said, because you haven't got a lot of options, I think we really need to, we've got a bird in the hand here, right? So look at this as an eyes wide open exercise. You've got 5 people telling you negative things. Go back to a few of them and say, I need a few more specifics around what you've heard or what might be negative about this company. So she did that. She went off, came back and said, X, Y, Z. These are 3 things that I've heard that keep coming up. I went, okay, great. What we're going to do, I'm going to put you on a call with the manager and you are going to tell him what you've heard. And I want you to hear what he has to say. Now, part of me wanted to prep the client, but then part of me also knew that if I did too much prep and she got in there and a week in went, this is exactly what I was told, it's going to fall to shit anyway. So I actually didn't even prep the client. I said, candidate's got a few questions for you. Have you got time to speak? Set up the chat for that afternoon. Candidate calls me and says, Brett, that was the best exercise I've ever done. I said, why is that? She goes, because I was able to show him what I've heard and he was able to point to, he knew exactly what I was talking about. He was able to say, that's a legacy problem. We've actually rebranded since then because of that issue and we've carved out that problematic group. They're not here anymore. So yes, you would have heard that, but it's not us anymore. They're not even here, the people that did that sort of work. And XYZ was able to very quickly articulate the acknowledgement of that, and here's what they've done since. So she was actually acting upon or hearing about legacy negatives, and the reality is the company's completely shifted and rebranded. It's a whole new operating team and whatever. So by not shying away from that negative stuff and actually leaning into it, okay, and I actually said, let's go and find out more. Let's go and challenge the client with those problems and just see what those responses are. She was very satisfied with it to the point that she started on Monday and spoke to her yesterday. And she said, "It's great. It's fantastic. I'm glad we persisted. I'm really happy with this setup and I'm really happy with this company." So if you've got candidates who are giving you that sort of feedback and they're going, "I've heard negatives, this, that," lean into it, okay? Because you're not making it right now. If someone hears too much negativity about a company, they're not going to take your job. Even if you got an offer, it's the only thing. Like, just their gut feel will be, "I can't not listen to it." You actually have to lean into it. So work out some tangible negatives, take it back to the client, and you're going to get your answer. It might blow up in your face sometimes, obviously. Like, I just had a gut feel I'm not making this deal if I don't address those issues. So that was my tact. It may blow up in your face, but I'd say you're not making that deal anyway. So you've got a 50-50 better chance to make that placement if you lean into it, get the data, throw it to the manager, and get them to do it face-to-face. Something that happened to us, I thought someone here is going to benefit from that. I hope you got something out of it. Please like, share, subscribe. Helps us grow, helps you grow. As always, have an amazing day, and may all your deals come true.